Welcome to our defense briefing program. I'm your host Liang Jun. Today, we dive into some compelling stories from around the globe. First, we'll reminisce with Wu Chengzhang, China's oldest living Olympian, who competed in the 1940 London Olympics, despite not winning any medals. Wu and his team triumphed in 3 of their 5 matches, marking a significant moment in sports history as athletes from mainland China and Taiwan competed together. Next, we pay tribute to the legendary American comedian Bob Newhart, who has sadly passed away at the age of 90. Known for his iconic The Bob Newhart Show and his role in Elf, Newhart's comedic genius left an indelible mark on television and film. Lastly, we turn our attention to Russia, where President Vladimir Putin has ramped up security around his summer residence with new air defense systems. This move comes in response to Ukraine's increasingly bold drone attacks, showcasing the evolving dynamics of modern warfare. Please stay tuned for the detailed coverage of these stories. Southside, the Morning Post. Wu Chengzhang, who recently celebrated his 100th birthday, holds the title of China's oldest living Olympian. His remarkable journey began in Shanghai, where he was born on February 8, 1924. Initially a table tennis player, Wu shifted his focus to basketball, leading him to the 1940 London Olympics. He was part of a diverse team that included athletes from Shanghai, the Philippines, Singapore, and the Chinese military. The team competed as the Republic of China, marking the only instance where mainland Chinese and Taiwanese athletes shared a delegation. Wu played in all 5 matches, contributing significantly to victories against Belgium, South Korea, and Iraq, and scoring a personal best of 32 points in the final game against Iraq. Despite their efforts, the team did not qualify for the medals but secured minor placings by defeating Switzerland and Great Britain. Wu's post-Olympic life saw him coaching military basketball teams and staying active well into his later years, even learning to play cricket at IET. In 2012, he returned to London to watch the Olympics, facilitated by the British Consulate and British Airways. There he reunited with a former opponent, Lionel Price, and watched China compete against Great Britain. BBC. Paul Wilson's story is a poignant reminder of the challenges faced by LGBT individuals in the British Armed Forces before the year 2000. Wilson joined the army band at the tender age of 15, unaware of his sexuality at the time. His promising career was abruptly halted when it was discovered that he was gay. He was arrested, detained in the jail at Edinburgh Castle, and subsequently dismissed from service. Despite an apology issued a year ago following an independent review that recommended reparations, including compensation, the UK government has yet to implement these measures. A government spokesperson expressed deep regret over the treatment of LGBT service personnel and mentioned ongoing efforts to address the issue. Wilson's experience highlights a long road towards equality and the lingering need for justice for those who suffered under discriminatory policies. BBC. The world bid farewell to Bob Newhart, the legendary American stand-up comedian, who passed away at the age of 90. Known for his deadpan delivery, Newhart's career spanned decades, earning him numerous accolades. He initially worked as an accountant in Chicago before venturing into comedy. His big break came in 1915 when a local DJ discovered him, leading to the release of his groundbreaking comedy album, The Button-Down Mind of Bob Newhart, which topped the charts. Newhart became a household name, guest hosting Johnny Carson's Tonight Show 86 times and starring in popular TV series like The Bob Newhart Show. He also appeared in the beloved Christmas film Elf and The Big Bang Theory. Newhart's comedic style, characterized by long, humorous stories rather than single punchline jokes, made him a pioneer in the field. His publicist, Jerry Digney, noted that Newhart's career began with him balancing accounting by day and comedy by night, ultimately leaving an indelible mark on the world of stand-up comedy. CNN. As Ukraine grows more audacious in striking targets deep within Russia, Moscow has quietly bolstered security measures around President Vladimir Putin's country residence north of Moscow. Satellite images have revealed that several Panzer S-1 air defense systems have been installed near the presidential residence on Lake Valda in the Novgorod region. This palatial property, situated within a large government vacation resort in the Valda National Park, could be a high-profile target, especially as Putin spends his summer there. The complex is heavily restricted, surrounded by water on 3 sides and fenced off from the rest of the park. The Panzer S-1 systems, designed to combat short-range cruise missiles and drones, suggest a response to Ukraine's increasingly bold drone attacks. Kyiv has recently been permitted to use Western weapons to strike military targets near the border. But for deeper strikes, Ukraine relies on its own arsenal. Ukraine's drone program has significantly evolved, now capable of striking hundreds of miles beyond its borders. This year, Ukrainian drones have damaged several Russian warships, the Kerch Strait Bridge, and even destroyed a Sukhoi Su-57 fighter jet. The Institute for the Study of War noted that these strikes continue to pressure Russia's air defenses, forcing them to prioritize high-value targets like Putin's residence. South China Morning Post. Ukraine Security Service SBU announced that its Sea Baby drones have been upgraded to carry over a ton of explosives and strike targets across more than 1,620 miles in the Black Sea. Artem Dityarko, an SBU spokesman, highlighted that these next-generation drones, developed with the help of the Ministry of Internal Affairs, have already struck 11 Russian ships, including the patrol ship Pavel Dursevin and the Elektricity Gordiat. The upgrades come as Ukraine intensifies its targeting of Russia's Black Sea Fleet, which has been declared functionally inactive by the UK's Ministry of Defense. Earlier this year, Ukraine claimed to have destroyed a third of the fleet. The SBS advancements in drone technology are part of a broader strategy to offset Russia's naval superiority. These drones have also been equipped with rockets to hit land targets. As reported by the Financial Times, the Wall Street Journal noted that 4 Russian ships were recently hit by mines laid by Sea Baby drones. Brigadier General Ivan Lukashev, the brain behind Ukraine's naval drones, stated that these drones are now organized into squads, replicating the capabilities of a single warship. Brian Clark from the Hudson Institute remarked that Ukraine's successful drone operations are prompting a fundamental rethink in naval tactics globally, including the Pentagon's Replicator initiative aimed at countering potential Chinese aggression. Yahoo US. President Joe Biden and First Lady Jill Biden own a charming vacation home in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, which they purchased in 2017. This 6-bedroom house, located in the quaint beach town with a population of just 108, is a family retreat where the Bidens often escape the pressures of the White House. The home features personal touches, including a sign reading Bo's gift in honor of their late son. Though Biden's children and grandchildren frequently visit, enjoying activities like bike rides and walks along the shore. Despite his recent positive COVID-19 test, President Biden continues to carry out his duties from this residence. The small town of Rehoboth Beach offers a picturesque boardwalk with restaurants, arcade games, and shops. Biden, a devout Catholic, attends Mass at St. Edmund's Catholic Church, where Secret Service members stand guard. Locals sometimes spot the president riding his bike in Gordon's Pond State Park. The town also features Bros About Books, a bookstore selling Biden-themed merchandise and books authored by the Bidens. This vacation home not only serves as a family haven, but also as a place where the president can maintain a semblance of normalcy amidst his duties. Al Jazeera reports that despite the relentless bombardment of Gaza schools by Israeli forces, many displaced Palestinians continue to seek refuge in these United Nations-run institutions. Over the past 10 days, at least 8 schools serving as shelters have been struck, with 120 educational facilities hit since the conflict began on October 7. Families living in these overcrowded and unsanitary conditions face severe trauma, fatigue, and the constant threat of further attacks. Journalist Mohammed Mehevich, who took refuge in a UN school after his home was destroyed, highlights the desperate need for safe havens, even if they are not entirely secure. The UNRWA faces numerous challenges in providing aid due to ongoing sieges and restrictions, exacerbating the dire living conditions and increasing the risk of diseases like cholera. Humanitarian workers and psychologists emphasize the severe psychological toll on children and the need for a safer environment to preserve their dignity and basic humanity. Bloomberg reveals that Israeli officials are contemplating transferring control of Gaza's Rafah border crossing to the European Union and Palestinian authorities. This proposal, if enacted, could potentially pave the way for ending the conflict between Israel and Hamas and facilitate more humanitarian aid into Gaza. although Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has been resistant to ceding control. Discussions are ongoing with the EU and US. The Rafah crossing, a critical route for aid, has been a point of contention since Israeli forces took control from Hamas. The US, UN, and Arab states have been urging Israel to reopen the crossing to alleviate the humanitarian crisis. The plan involves a combined contingent of security-cleared Palestinian officials and the EU Border Assistance Mission to manage the crossing. However, it remains unclear how close the parties are to reaching an agreement. Netanyahu's upcoming meeting with US President Joe Biden could be pivotal in determining the future of this proposal. The BBC reports that Jens Stoltenberg, the outgoing Secretary General of NATO, has warned that Europe must brace for a decade-long conflict in Ukraine. He stresses that the paradox of the war is that the stronger and longer the Western alliance commits to supporting Ukraine, the sooner a resolution might be achieved. Stoltenberg urges European NATO members to increase their commitments amidst concerns that US support could wane if Donald Trump is re-elected. NATO has announced a new command unit in Germany to coordinate support for Ukraine, emphasizing the need for predictability and accountability. Despite Germany's plans to reduce military aid for Ukraine next year, Stoltenberg remains confident in the US's continued commitment to NATO, citing strong bipartisan support. He also highlights the importance of European and Canadian defense investments to maintain the alliance's strength. Stoltenberg acknowledges that Trump's criticisms of European defense spending were valid but points out that significant changes have since been made to address these concerns. The Globe and Mail Ukraine's army has withdrawn from the village of Urashchy in the eastern Donetsk region, as Russian forces continue to hammer Ukrainian defenses in a relentless offensive. The village, now reduced to rubble, became indefensible according to Nazar Voloshin, a spokesperson for local ground forces. This retreat marks another shift in the front line, with Russia seizing Urashchy early in the war after its full-scale invasion in February 2020, although Ukrainian troops had recaptured it almost a year ago. Russia's defense ministry recently claimed to have retaken the village. Russia's summer offensive has deployed devastating firepower, reducing towns and villages to ruins and pushing Ukrainian forces back despite their valiant defense. Although Ukrainian firepower has improved with the U.S. military aid package approved this spring, it is not arriving quickly enough to halt the Russian advance. European leaders met in England to discuss further security assistance for Ukraine. Kyiv is a daunting event, but don't break strategy, ceding some territory to fight from better defended positions while awaiting more Western weapons and ammunition. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6DO team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6DO Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6DO team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6DO Brief to meet your professional needs, you'll have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website. 6DO Brief. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6DO Brief via email.